One of the most important concepts in Git and GitHub is branching and merging. And what is the difference between fast forward merge and three-way recursive merge? So let's try to understand these concepts. When you create a folder in your local desktop and then you commit a file, let's say file 1, Git automatically creates this branch called master. And this diagram represents the Git history graph or Git branch graph. You will see this in real world projects as well. The circle signifies the commit ID for each commit. So in this case, we have one circle because so far we have only committed once in the branch master. To create a branch, you run this command, git branch and the name of the branch. In this case, we are working on feature 1, so we are running git branch feature 1. And the branch will be created. Now note that the branch feature 1 is just looking at the same commit ID. So a couple of important things to remember. Branch can only be created from existing branch. By default, branch master is created and you are sitting on the master branch. So whenever you run this git branch feature 1, the new branch is created and it looks at the latest commit ID in the master branch. And branches are just references to commit. No code is copied. That's why when you create different branches, Git does it super fast. Compared to other version control system, when you create a branch, whole bunch of code gets copied, which is not the case for Git. When you have two different branches, you need to switch branches and work on different features. How do you know which branch you are on currently? That is determined by this pointer called head. You can switch branches by running the command git switch name of the branch, or you could do git checkout name of the branch. Git switch is more appropriate for switching branches, so that's the command we are going to use throughout this course. So let's say you switch branch to feature 1, you modified file 1 and you added a new file index.html, you commit to feature 1 branch, and all of this is happening in local repository. So how would the Git history graph look after doing all these changes? So at this point, the feature 1 branch will move one commit ahead of the master branch. This new circle is the commit ID for modified file 1 and index.html. What this means is, if you are at the branch master and look at file 1, you will see the older file. But if you are sitting in the branch feature 1 and look at the file 1, you will see the modified file 1 as well as index.html. If you want master branch to stay up to date with these changes, you need to switch the head to master branch, and you do this by running git switch master, which brings the head down to the master. And then you run the command git merge feature 1. Basically, the command is git merge and then give the name of the branch where there are additional commits, and then those changes will be merged into the branch that you are sitting on. You do not need to give the name of the branch that you are sitting on. That's why we did not give the name master in git merge feature 1 command. Once you run this command, the branch master will move ahead and it will look at the latest commit. Note that this just made the master branch move to look at the latest commit ID. This is called a fast forward merge, and this is only possible because no changes were made on master branch. All it did was move the master branch to look at the latest commit ID and match with feature 1 branch. But what if there are changes in multiple branches? So going back to the previous scenario, while you made the change in feature 1 branch, you may switch back to master and do a change in the master branch as well. In this case, you committed file 2 in the master branch. So now the master branch and feature 1 branch is out of sync. How are you going to merge the changes? So let's think about it. Changes made on both branches, just moving the branch to look at the new commit ID won't do merge. So previously, all we did was moving the branch master to look at the new commit ID for feature 1 branch. Let's say we do that. But that doesn't solve it, right? Because then the branch master and feature one both looking at the commit ID for modified file 1 and index.html, and none of them are looking for the commit ID for file 2, which is not correct. Similarly, if you just move the branch feature 1 to look at the latest commit ID for master branch, then you leave the modified file 1 and index.html commit. So to solve it, we do recursive three-way merge. We run git switch master, and then we run git merge feature 1, and what that would do is it will combine the commit ID for file 2 and commit ID for modified file 1 and index.html, and it will create a new commit ID for this merge. It is named three-way merge because Git uses 3 commits to generate this merge commit ID, the 2 branch tips, and their common ancestor. Sometimes it will be called recursive merge, sometimes it will be called three-way merge, but don't get confused, they are the same thing. So good news is Git will automatically choose whether to run a fast forward merge or a three-way merge. You do not need to tell Git which one to choose. And once you merge all the changes to the master branch, you delete the feature branch. You do this by running git branch -d as in delete and the name of the branch you want to delete. So now a brain teaser for you guys and girls. Let's say the head is in the branch master and this is the current branch graph. Now if I run the command git switch feature 1 and then git branch feature 2, which commit ID, the blue one or the orange one, will feature 2 branch look at, and where does the head go? Pause the video and think for a minute. Alright, so when you do git switch feature 1, the head goes to feature 1. So currently you are sitting at the branch feature 1. And then when you run git branch feature 2, remember a branch is always a copy of an existing commit. Since you are sitting at the branch feature 1, the feature 2 branch will be looking at the latest commit ID from feature 1. And creating new branch does not change the head unless you explicitly switch to the new branch. Another alternate way of doing this would be git branch feature 2 space feature 1. So basically git branch, give the name of the new branch, and then the old branch to reference. In this method, the new branch will be created, but the head will still be sitting at the master branch. To do changes in the branch feature 1 or feature 2, you do need to explicitly switch the head to feature 1 or feature 2. Hello folks, Raj here. This Git lecture is part of a full course in Udemy. The full course is over 3.5 hours long. It covers topics from basics to advanced, comes with a certificate of completion, as well as 30-day money-back guarantee. If you are not happy with the course, you get your money back, no questions asked. I have included the link and maximum discount coupon in the description. Also, in the spirit of holidays, all my courses in Udemy are on sale, including my highest rated Kubernetes with EKS course and best-selling Rocking System Design course. The link to the courses along with the maximum discount coupon are in the description. If you are looking to learn any of this topic, this is an excellent way to support me and the channel. Alright folks, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, comment, and like. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys and girls in the next video.